Ready, headlines?
Roll headlines.
The auto industry continues to take hard hits. We'll tell you how this affects one major American brand. Cal State Northridge women's soccer team went head-to-head against Cal Poly. Get ready to start carving those jack-o'-lanterns. Halloween is around the corner.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Valley View News. I'm Tiara Nowlin.
And I'm Jeanette Weinstein. Schools in Wrightwood, east of Los Angeles, closed as firefighters battled the 7,500-acre sheep fire in San Gabriel Mountains. The blaze forced the evacuation of thousands of residents in the mountaintop community. It threatened some 2,000 homes. The U.S. Forest Service says the fire eased as the wind decreased. At least 3 homes were destroyed in the Swarthout Canyon area, and authorities suspect more structures were damaged.
A wave of insurgents attacked 2 Afghan bases and killed 8 Americans, the highest toll for U.S. forces since last year. The day-long clash also left 6 Afghan troops dead. The assault ended only after the outnumbered Americans called in airstrikes by warplanes and helicopters. An unspecified number of U.S. troops were injured. Up to a dozen Afghan troops were missing and feared capture.
Typhoon Parma slammed into the northern tip of the Philippines, triggering its landslides and killing at least 12 people. The storm came only days after the country was ravaged by another deadly typhoon. The storm was expected to stall at least 3 days, dumping heavy rain on the island nation. Aid agencies were in the areas helping survivors. Many uprooted trees made roads impossible to travel in some places. The typhoon is expected to dump as much as 20 inches of rain in already waterlogged areas.
American Samoa is recovering from the recent 8.0 earthquake and tsunami that hit the small island. 176 people were killed. The 10-foot-tall waves and quake trashed the coastline, damaged bridges, and destroyed homes. Construction crews, the military, and volunteers are repairing the area and removing debris. The nearby islands of Samoa and Tonga in the South Pacific were also damaged by the natural disaster. The island tourist trade was also halted, something that American Samoa depends on.
Devastating floods have overwhelmed parts of India, killing at least 271 people, leaving hundreds of thousands homeless. Torrents of rain triggered flash floods that spread across the southern region. Nearly 200 people have died in the New Delhi state of Karnataka. Most of the water began to recede quickly in the hardest hit areas. An estimate 450,000 people crowded into relief camps.
Sales are down nearly 40% in the auto industry. Jill De Leon reports on one General Motors brand that is no exception to the downfall.
Les Bach is a proud owner of 2 Saturn vehicles.
My favorites.
A former Galpin employee, he witnessed the rise and now the fall of Saturn.
From the very beginning of Saturn, from concept to current day, I've watched this automaker grow from ground zero.
Earlier this month, General Motors announced that they will be discontinuing the Saturn brand. Bach's first reaction:
It's bad management of General Motors. Shame on them for phasing out such a brilliant automotive concept.
The announcement came after negotiations with Penske Automotive to buy the GM brand fell through. According to the LA Times, the Saturn shutdown will mean 10,000 to 13,000 people will lose their jobs. 350 dealerships will close down across the nation, with 40 of them located in California alone. GM says Saturn owners can still go to their Saturn dealer for service on their vehicles. Once dealerships have closed, they'll be able to take their car to any certified GM dealership. However, it's not only about the car for customers like Bach and Kelly Thompson.
They have great customer service, and they've been very great to me, and I hope that other customers can experience what I have.
Initially, when you walk into a Saturn dealership, first off, there is a very no-pressure approach.
Debuted in 1990 to be a competitor against foreign brands, Saturn will not shine for Penske Auto. Reporting in North Hills, for Valley View News, I'm Jill De Leon.
Los Angeles police say a man has been shot during a robbery inside a home near Woodland Hills Country Club. The crime happened early Monday morning. Officials say the victim was robbed of marijuana and shot several times in the upper body. The suspect fled the scene. He has been identified as a 30-year-old man. The victim was hospitalized in critical but stable condition.
Last weekend, the CSUN campus hosted the Victory Over Violence charity run. Racers and volunteers teamed up to rally against gun violence. Joyce Ajori has the story.
Get set!
Racers take off and run in support of Victory Over Violence. This fundraiser commemorated 10 years since the shooting of the North Valley Jewish Community Center in Granada Hills. August 10th marked the anniversary when Buford Furrow Jr. opened fire in the center's lobby and a surrounding neighborhood. 1 man was killed and 5 were injured, including Mindy Finkelstein, who organized the race.
10 years ago, Josh Stepikoff and I, as well as a few others, were shot I was working at the North Valley Jewish Community Center, and they were campers. And it's been 10 years, and we wanted to do something to commemorate the 10-year anniversary, but we wanted to do something on a positive note. Because,
though Mindy is moving on,
you know, on a day-to-day basis, it's actually really a lot tougher than people imagine, just because things come into your life, like even sayings like, oh, shoot me now, like when your friends do that. And they don't think of it as anything, but for me, that actually hurts.
The 10K and 5K runs were served to benefit organizations like Women Against Gun Violence. Rhonda Foster became part of WAGV after her son was shot and killed in her own neighborhood.
This is my son, Evan Foster, and that's how I became part of Women Against Gun Violence. I had taken him to get his soccer trophy at neighborhood park, and we were victims of violence at the time. He was just 7 years old.
Participants were encouraged to buy raffle tickets for prizes ranging from restaurant certificates to gift baskets. Live music flooded the background, and attendees helped themselves to food and beverages. Although most people showed up to support the cause, some were just there to run.
I needed a change of pace, and I needed just a good hard effort, a good race, and this one fit my time schedule this morning.
Mindy says the overall turnout for this event exceeded her expectations. She hopes to continue producing more benefits like this.
The first annual Victory Over Violence Walk and Run is coming to an end here after an incredible turnout. Over 400 runners registered for the race, and about 100 volunteers came and set up booths. Companies like Trader Joe's and the 99-cent store are responsible for donating much of the food and prizes that were given out at the event. Here in Northridge, I'm Joyce Ajuri, reporting for Valley View News.
Former President Bill Clinton visited Los Angeles on Monday to support San Francisco's Mayor Gavin Newsom's bid for California's governor for 2010. They spoke with students at Los Angeles City College about education for green technology jobs, such as solar installation. The event was closed to the public. Later that evening, Clinton attended a private fundraiser for Newsom's campaign.
State officials say a popular roller coaster at Knott's Berry Farm may shut down for months because a cable broke and hurt 2 riders. The accident happened on the Accelerator roller coaster and cut a 12-year-old boy in the leg. Another man suffered back injuries when smoke and debris shot into the air. Park officials say the ride opened in 2003 and is inspected by the park's maintenance staff every day. State inspectors are investigating the ride to see what happened.